You're not stuck, you're just lifting the same weight that you did last year. For the longest time, I looked in the mirror and I took a look at my body when I was 19, and then I was going back through pictures and looked at my body when I was 20 years old. And I was comparing the two side by side, and I thought to myself, dude, I look exactly the same. I've been going to the gym for a year straight and nothing has changed. Why? And then I started doing some research and basically understanding this fundamental principle of progressive overload. If you do the same thing, don't expect to see change. Just like Albert Einstein once said, if you do or I don't know who it was, I think it was Einstein, doing the same thing over and over again is just going to lead you to insanity without change. Because if we're reciting or doing the same workout like bench press, and you're stuck at 145 pounds, call it, or 135, whatever a plate is, and you're doing that for your entire life, why would you expect your chest to develop or grow at all and see any sort of progress? You need to stimulate your muscles with heavier weight every time in order to grow, in order for your muscles to tear, because they're not tearing if you're doing the same amount of weight. They only tear when you add weight or add reps. And this is how you grow in size. So when I was 19, for a year straight, I was benching one plate. Legit, the bar, 45 on each side for a whole year straight. I was scared to add any sort of poundages on each side because I was scared to rip my pec. I was scared to fail at the next level of weight. I was scared to, just basically terrified of adding weight for some reason. And now I know why. Like later on throughout the years, getting experience in fitness is I just didn't have enough testosterone, and testosterone's that hormone that gives you ambition and takes away the fear of trying new things. But also it's just part of inexperience. I thought I was going to be able to bench press a plate for the rest of my life and end up looking like, why am I blanking on his name? Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, that's obviously not going to happen. So it wasn't until I came over my fear of adding weight when I started seeing real progress. It's a lot of people flip-flop between, and I this as well, like flip-flop between machines thinking, oh, this machine's going to help build my chest. Oh, okay, I tried this machine for 2 months, it didn't do anything, let me try this workout. And until you understand the concept of progressive overload, don't expect to make any change. This is my advice that I wish somebody gave to me when I was 20 years old. Make a plan. Let's say it's bench press, incline dumbbell press, chest fly, and dips. And stick to that plan for 4 to 8 months. Right? If you get bored of it after the 8 months and want to, try something new, then that's when you try it. But stick to that for that average of time, 4 to 8 months. And every single week, or at least every single bi-weekly, make sure you're adding at least 5 pounds if you're in a muscle growth phase, because if you're trying to lose fat, you're going to either stay at the same weight or you're going to end up losing weight on that lift. But if you're trying to build muscle, add 5 pounds to each lift, or add at least 1 rep to each lift every single week. That way you're actually getting stronger, and that way your body's actually adjusting, recompositioning, and building back bigger. Paired with a surplus of eating, and you're actually on your way to gaining size, gaining strength, gaining muscle, but also more importantly, seeing progress. Visually, in the mirror, but also psychologically. Like you can feel yourself, yes, I made progress today. I benched 135 last week. This week I benched 140. Those numerical numbers actually signify in your brain, yes, I'm making progress. Yes, I want to keep going. Because For the longest time, when I was like in that 19 to 20 years of age and basically bench pressing 135 pounds for a year straight, I thought to myself, dude, this is bullshit. I'm gonna give up because I'm not seeing any progress and I don't even like it. So yeah, I did end up giving up for like 4 months. I saw no progress. I thought this is not even worth it. Maybe just some people come out of the womb or turn 19 and all of a sudden, boom, they can bench press 3 plates. Do you really think that's true? Do you think somebody can just turn 19 and all of a sudden bench press 3 plates? No, just like you're not born a millionaire, you're not born being able to have all this strength. You've got to work up to it slowly. And if you're too scared or too much of a little bitch to add weight every single week, how do you expect to grow? Right? If you're in a muscle building phase, meaning you're either in maintenance or a little bit of a surplus, make sure you're adding weight, make sure you're adding reps to your weekly lifts, or else you're not going to see any progress. And that's exactly why your workouts aren't changing your body. If you're new, subscribe. I love you guys. And I'm gonna leave you like I always do. Create more than you consume. Serve others. Love everyone. Peace.